Hello everybody and welcome to our restaurant build video. This one's going to be fairly fun, at least I enjoyed making this little building. It's a nice colorful addition to our colony. Make sure you stick around to the showcase or, check the chapters down below. Skip ahead if you need the information that's going to be over there, because we'll be talking about what the restaurant requires to function in Minecolonies, and also the tags that you will want to use for the restaurant schematic or blueprint. I suppose we call them blueprints these days. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the build, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Here we are at our finished restaurant. You can see we've got a nice colorful building, we've got a colorful awning, we've got these, supports that are holding up our little awning. Got to use a little imagination to pretend that they're connected. And we've got our countertops, we got lots of seating outside. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add in some plants. And we just add a little plant decoration in each corner here. It's kind of interesting in the real world. We tend to like to decorate things with plants because they just seem more appealing. And we do the same thing in Minecraft. There's really got to be something about tying ourselves back to nature that we just enjoy as a species. Little non sequitur for you. You know what I was thinking about too are these acacia buttons. Really kind of blend in with the orange terracotta. We could do birch buttons. So we've got acacia buttons, birch buttons. I don't know, let me know down below which one you like better. Maybe I'll swap it up. The high contrast is kind of nice, but then you could also say that it's painted like the building is. I don't know. Alright, let's take a quick moment here and we'll discuss what the restaurant needs to function. So let's come on down inside here. So we've got our restaurant hut block. Got a little campfire in there burning with a little pan on top so that we can cook our food. Although the cook will actually not use that, it'll use these 5 furnaces. and the restaurant requires 1 furnace per level. So they will come over here. They'll actually cook the food here. I turned one sideways. Doesn't matter. And that's all they need to work. The other thing that we need to do, that we need our tag tool for, which I've already got out here. You can see if we just right click on something, empty air, it isn't going to do anything for us. So we've got to shift and right click, which is sneak and right click. If you change your keybinds around, like I generally use the back button on the mouse for that. So anyway, we've set our anchor point. We can tell that by the red outline. So now let's click on nothing, and we need a sit tag. And let's come outside. We will left click each one of our seats here so that our colonists, what they will actually do is when they are hungry and they're ready to eat, and of course this will be down 1 level, so it's level with the ground, they'll come up and they'll actually sit down right here and they'll hang out and get some food, or maybe they'll just hang out a little bit, sit down and do their thing. They do the same thing in the tavern, and we'll go over that when we get there, but that's pretty much all there is to our restaurant. We got a real simple roof. We've got a little chimney that's putting out smoke, although the shaders kind of kill that a little bit. If we turn those shaders off, you can see that it's actually much more active inside for particle effects. But switch back over here. And then of course, one thing I finally remembered to do is put our fancy lanterns in. And I didn't use the invisible item frames, just the regular ones with a gold block, so that increases the value a little bit, difficulty of this building. The one thing to note when you're doing lamps like this, and this is another one of those little tips or hints that we've come across, you want to do the lamp and the decoration at the same time. You can't separate them because the builder will identify either the item frame and the gold block as being there and won't place the lantern, or if you place the lantern and then you want to come back and do the item frame and gold block, the space will be occupied, so the builder is going to ignore it. So you have to do all of these changes at the same time. The other thing that you can't do in general is if you have an item frame on, let's say, level 3, and then you want to put the gold block in at level 4, that's not going to work either because the builder is just going to ignore it. So if you're having trouble with item frames, blocks, or things being in the item frame and a lantern, you have to do this all at the same time or it won't work. But I believe that's pretty much it for our restaurant. We have some makeshift tables over here using domum ornamentum panels, and we've got a little bit of racks for storage, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and move on to our level breakdown. Here we are at our level 1 restaurant. You can see that it is right in line with what we would expect to see for level 1. Going inside, we've got our hut block, we have our first furnace, and then just a simple andesite table for work surface, or that we will eventually replace with the furnaces. And that's pretty much it. We have our seating. If we take a look at our tag tool, you can see here that all of our sit and our ground level tags are all here. And I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but if I have not, the tags will copy with a schematic. So if all the tags are set for level 2, you copy it and you paste it over to level 1, all those tags will still be in place. I didn't move any tags or anything. I didn't want to deal with that. One thing to talk about with tags is, and especially for the sit tags, if let's say I had brought this wall in to here and brought that seat in, that tag does not move with it. As you can see, we now have nothing tagged here. I would have had to move that sit tag, and then what happens is when I pull this wall back out, I have to move the sit tag again. Where you get into trouble is if this is an actual wall. So let's say you had a 2 or 3 tall block wall. Well, some colonist or some visitor is going to come and sit down right here, and then they're going to suffocate because they're now inside of a wall. So be careful about how you move your tags. Back on topic here. Level 2, we get our buttons. You can see I've done the block replacement with the sandstone, smooth sandstone, and cut sandstone. Oh, did I? Yep, okay. I did. I replaced all the floor. Just checking real quick. We get our flooring back, although you can see that also it did a block replace. Moving on to level 3, we get our upgraded seating arrangements. We go from birchwood stairs to these cut sandstone stairs. If I can speak this morning, I haven't had enough coffee yet. I think I've only had one sip. You can see at level 2 we'd gained 2 furnaces. At level 3 we gain our 3rd furnace, and our table here keeps shrinking. We've acquired some storage. Our lanterns and gold blocks are in place. Whether or not that'll give the player a little difficulty or not, I don't know. Gold, I don't know. I never know what to do with gold. Playing in survival mode. You can see that we get a different type of awning here for level 3. Moving on to level 4, we get our proper wool awning. And I saved that for a little bit later just because you've got to find the materials to make these colors, or you have to get the florist up and running. And I believe the florist comes in at level 3, so by level 4 you should have a florist up and running. Or by the time you go to upgrade to level 4, your florist should be up and running and growing flowers for you. Hopefully we get our 4th furnace, because we need 1 per level. And we are back to level 5. Get our final decorations, we get our final paint here. You can see that we split that in half for level 4, just to provide an extra step at level 5. As there really wasn't much left to do besides add on a little bit of the decoration, and leaves are free, so they aren't much of a decoration to cause the player any trouble to have to build. And that sums up how we leveled up the restaurant. Well, that wraps it up for our restaurant. Tomorrow we'll be coming out with the bakery, which will be very similar to the restaurant. We'll talk about that and why I did that when we go ahead and build that and do our review of what's going on over there. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you liked it, subscribe it, so that you can catch the next ones that come along as we work through building an entire style pack for Minecolonies. Thank you, and bye-bye.